In the year 1056, the Byzantine Empire experienced a momentous transition with the death of Empress Theodora, the final ruler of the Macedonian dynasty. Theodora's passing marked the conclusion of a dynasty that had held a firm grip on imperial power for several generations. The Macedonian dynasty, renowned for its cultural contributions and territorial expansion, had reached its zenith under the rule of Theodora's husband, Emperor Constantine IX, and later herself as regent. However, with Theodora's death, the dynasty faced an uncertain future as she left behind no direct heir to carry on the imperial legacy. This event had profound implications for the Byzantine Empire's political landscape. The lack of a clear successor led to a scramble for power among various factions within the imperial court. The ensuing power struggles and disputes over succession weakened the central authority and contributed to the empire's vulnerabilities in the face of external pressures. The Byzantine Empire's political structure and stability were deeply intertwined with the continuity of its ruling dynasties. The demise of the Macedonian dynasty marked the end of an era and paved the way for subsequent dynastic shifts and political realignments in the empire's history. Theodora's death not only signified the end of a remarkable era of Macedonian rule, but also foreshadowed the challenges and changes that the Byzantine Empire would encounter in the years to come. As historians delve into the intricacies of Byzantine politics and the dynamics of power during this period, Theodora's passing remains as a key focal point. This event serves as a reminder of the intricate web of familial ties, political maneuvering, and historical circumstances that shape the trajectory of empires. The lasting impact of this transition resonates through the annals of Byzantine history, illustrating how the passing of one ruler can trigger a chain reaction of events that reverberates far beyond the moment itself. The year 1314 witnessed a pivotal moment in the history of Norway as King Haakon V made the momentous decision to relocate the capital from Bergen to Oslo. This strategic move was more than just a change of administrative headquarters. It represented a shift in power dynamics and a transformation in the nation's cultural and political landscape. Bergen had long served as a prominent port and a hub of trade and commerce. However, King Haakon V recognized the significance of Oslo's central location and its potential to serve as a more effective political and administrative center. The relocation was a calculated step towards consolidating royal authority and enhancing the monarch's presence in the heart of the kingdom. The transfer of the capital also had profound cultural implications. Oslo, with its historical significance as a Viking settlement and its central position, became a symbolic representation of Norway's unity and identity. The move helped solidify the concept of a unified nation, laying the foundation for the development of a distinct Norwegian identity that would transcend regional divisions. Additionally, the relocation had far-reaching economic consequences. The establishment of the capital in Oslo contributed to the city's growth as a center of governance, trade, and culture. The subsequent development of infrastructure, institutions, and architectural landmarks transformed Oslo into a vibrant urban center that continues to be the capital of Norway to this day. King Haakon V's decision to relocate the capital was a strategic maneuver that reshaped the nation's trajectory. The move not only strengthened the monarchy's control, but also contributed to the sense of unity and shared identity among the Norwegian people. As visitors to modern-day Oslo stroll through its historic streets and landmarks, they are reminded of the pivotal choice made in 1314, a choice that left an indelible mark on the course of Norwegian history. The year 1535 marked a critical juncture in the ongoing religious and political upheaval initiated by King Henry VIII of England. In a move that reverberated through the annals of history, Pope Paul III issued a papal bull of excommunication against Henry VIII, formally severing the king's ties with the Roman Catholic Church. The excommunication was a culmination of the tumultuous events that had unfolded since Henry's dispute with the Church over his desire to annul his marriage to Catherine of Aragon. Frustrated by the Pope's refusal to grant the annulment, Henry took matters into his own hands, leading to the establishment of the Church of England and his own position as the head of the newly formed church. The papal bull, known as Iusque Immobilius, declared Henry VIII excommunicated and denounced his actions as heretical. This event had far-reaching consequences for both England and the wider European landscape. It further fueled the fires of the English Reformation, a movement that sought to break away from the authority of the Catholic Church and establish a distinct religious identity for England. The excommunication deepened the divide between Catholic and Protestant forces, setting the stage for decades of religious conflict and political maneuvering. It also had significant implications for England's relationship with other European powers, as the break from the Catholic Church had diplomatic and geopolitical ramifications. Henry VIII's excommunication and the subsequent English Reformation were instrumental in shaping the religious and political trajectory of England and beyond. The establishment of the Church of England and the separation from papal authority laid the groundwork for the development of Anglicanism and contributed to the diversification of religious beliefs across Europe. As historians reflect on the events of 1535, they recognize the far-reaching impact of Henry VIII's actions and the subsequent papal response. The excommunication was a pivotal moment that underscored the power struggle between temporal rulers and ecclesiastical authority, forever altering the course of religious history and leaving an indelible mark on the tapestry of European politics and faith. Amid the turmoil of the American Civil War, the year 1864 witnessed a pivotal military campaign that would reshape the trajectory of the conflict and the nation's history. General William T. Sherman, a key Union commander, embarked on a daring assault on the city of Atlanta, Georgia, in a campaign known as the Atlanta Campaign. Sherman's assault on Atlanta was a multifaceted operation that combined military strategy with psychological warfare. Faced with determined Confederate defenders and a challenging terrain, Sherman employed innovative tactics, including flanking maneuvers and the use of mobile artillery. His forces engaged in a series of battles against Confederate General Joseph E. Johnston's army, culminating in the capture of Atlanta on September 2, 1864. The fall of Atlanta was a turning point in the Civil War, carrying significant political and psychological implications. The victory provided a much-needed boost to Northern morale and played a role in shaping the outcome of the upcoming presidential election. President Abraham Lincoln's chances for re-election were bolstered by the success in Atlanta, as it demonstrated progress on the battlefield and rekindled hopes for an eventual Union victory. Moreover, the capture of Atlanta had economic and logistical consequences. Atlanta was a crucial transportation hub and industrial center for the Confederacy. Its loss hampered Confederate supply lines and disrupted the flow of resources to Southern armies. The Union's control over Atlanta provided a strategic advantage and set the stage for General Sherman's subsequent march to the sea. Sherman's decision to embark on the assault on Atlanta and his subsequent actions have been subjects of historical analysis and debate. The campaign's impacts on the war's outcome, its influence on the presidential election, and its role in the Union's eventual victory remain topics of discussion among historians. As observers reflect on Sherman's assault on Atlanta, they recognize its significance not only as a military achievement, but also as a turning point that marked the beginning of a new phase in the Civil War. The campaign's legacy reverberates through the annals of American history, reminding us of the complexities of warfare, strategy, and the interplay between military and political factors. In the midst of World War I, the year 1918 witnessed a decisive moment on the Western Front, the Battle of Mont Saint-Quentin. This battle, fought as part of the 100 Days Offensive, marked a turning point in the conflict and showcased the effectiveness of the Australian Corps as a formidable fighting force. The Battle of Mont Saint-Quentin was a meticulously planned assault on German positions that aimed to capture the strategically important Mont Saint-Quentin Ridge. The Australian forces, under the command of General John Monash, executed a series of coordinated attacks with precise timing and innovative tactics. The battle's success demonstrated the strategic and tactical acumen of the Australian leadership and the combat prowess of its soldiers. The Australian Corps' assault on Mont Saint-Quentin was characterized by the use of combined arms tactics, including infantry, artillery, and tanks. This coordinated approach allowed the Australians to breach enemy lines and secure key objectives. The capture of the ridge was a testament to the determination and discipline of the Australian troops, who overcame challenging terrain and entrenched defenses. The battle's outcome had a profound impact on the course of the war. The capture of Mont Saint-Quentin not only secured a strategic position, but also boosted Allied morale and contributed to the momentum of the 100 Days Offensive, a series of coordinated offensives that would eventually lead to the end of the war. The battle's success exemplified the spirit of cooperation among Allied forces and showcased the contributions of nations beyond the European theater. The Battle of Mont Saint-Quentin remains a testament to the valor and professionalism of the Australian troops, as well as a pivotal moment in World War I history. As historians study this engagement, they recognize its significance as a showcase of military strategy, teamwork, and determination. The battle's legacy serves as a reminder of the sacrifices made by those who fought to secure victory on the battlefield. The year 1957 heralded a significant milestone in the history of Malaya, as the nation achieved independence from British colonial rule. The Federation of Malaya's journey to sovereignty was marked by years of negotiation, political evolution, and the aspirations of a united populace. The attainment of independence was the culmination of a gradual process that saw the Federation of Malaya gain increasing autonomy from British control. The journey had its origins in the aftermath of World War II, when nationalist sentiments and a desire for self-determination gained momentum. The Merdeka Agreement of 1956 set the stage for the formal transition to independence, with negotiations between the British colonial administration and Malayan leaders. The Declaration of Independence on August 31, 1957, was an historic moment that resonated with the aspirations of the Malayan people. The event was marked by celebrations and a sense of collective pride, as the nation embarked on a new chapter in its history. The path to sovereignty was not without challenges, but the establishment of the Federation of Malaya as an independent nation symbolized the triumph of unity and the spirit of the people. Independence brought with it opportunities and responsibilities. The Federation of Malaya's leaders faced the task of nation building, forging a common identity, and addressing the diverse needs of the populace. The pursuit of economic development, social progress, and diplomatic engagement marked the early years of the newly independent nation. The achievement of independence was not only a momentous event for Malaya, but also a symbol of hope for other nations striving for self-rule. The successful negotiation of independence demonstrated the power of diplomacy and dialogue in achieving sovereignty peacefully. As historians reflect on the events of 1957, they recognize the significance of the Federation of Malaya's journey to independence. The momentous decision to break free from colonial rule and establish a sovereign nation remains a source of inspiration for nations around the world. The legacy of independence continues to shape Malaysia's identity, diplomacy, and contributions to the global community.